Oh my God, I felt like shit. You know, the past few days I've been struggling, but like at the airport, actually I was, oh shit, I was not feeling good. It's when you're not feeling good like that, you're like, why the fuck, do I even do that? Huh? It's every time it's like that. Every time you play the tape until the end is not good. The end was like me, like sad, without a girlfriend, heartbroken, in a flight to freaking Dallas, and being like, oh, I feel like shit. I'm supposed to do all this work now, but just I have trust in the pump. Every time I feel like shit, I train. I go back to my training. I go back to bodybuilding. And it's what's just saving me. If I didn't have bodybuilding, if I didn't have a road trip plan, I would have maybe kept going, which is not good. But thank God I have bodybuilding. It saves me. And now I'm past the hump. I'm feeling better. Every training session, every meal, every nap, I'm getting back to what I am. So I'm looking forward to going back home to focus on myself.
So I used to do a lot of risky bad things. Not to that quite extent. I can't relate to that in that fashion, but as far as that extreme personality and being extremely impulsive, because I know exactly what that's like, and I saw myself a little bit, like him in that situation, willing to try anything. I was trying to try anything. Especially I got so hurt so many times. It's also why I was pretty good at racing motocross, because I would just take such risks, and most of the time risks would pay off, and some of them they wouldn't, with broken bones and concussions. But and as I got older, my riding got worse because my mind started to, I don't want to say mature or just change. And now I hang out with Antoine, I feel old in the sense of like what he would do. I'm just like, man, now sit that one out. That's interesting, and I don't quite understand the exact struggles I have been through, what he's going through, but I do understand that extreme personality bit, and I do get it. I've been there, and gotten in a lot of trouble at the military school, and it's a tough situation because the mind is like so attracted to that type of thing. I don't know if some people ever grew out of the extreme portion of it. You just gotta, I guess, channel that thrill and that extreme to something more productive. And bodybuilding takes up a lot of time. You just got to remove yourself from a very poor environment. It's really what it comes down to. I mean, you're only as good as the people you hang out with, and you got to constantly strive to push yourself forward and move yourself in the direction that you want to go, and don't let anybody, any situation hold you back, or else it could be too late.
For a lot of years, I was a drug addict. I created a lot of turmoil in my path. I caused myself a lot of pain. There were times that I wanted to quit, and you could have given me a lie detector test, and I would have passed. I really wanted to quit, but I couldn't. I may make it a couple of weeks, I may make it a couple of months, but then I found myself in the same position wondering what happened. In 2007, I went to a drug rehab, and the most important tools that they helped me with in my life was to, number one, to play the tape through. I could always ask myself, if I snorted this line, or if I did this drug, what happens next? I'm going to do another one. I'm going to go looking for more. It's just a domino effect, and it keeps going and going and going and going. There's no end. There's no end. It never ends well. Yeah. And so it always ended in pain, and that's why I'd stop. And so if I can play that tape through and know where it's going, I can honestly tell myself that's not where I want to go. That's not good. Mostly, honesty, being able to talk to people, surround myself with people who are a positive influence. I can say that bodybuilding gives me a motivation towards something greater.
In rehab, it's like a little bubble. It's like a perfect world. Like everything is fine. You're with people who support you, and then you get out of there.
And you get pushed out, and you're in the real world.
The real world, and if you go back into the world you had before, watch out, huh? It's gonna bite you in the ass. So I really need to change the people and build a support group, like you said, and I'll be able to say someday 8 years and more and counting. So yeah.
Remember, man,
Yeah.
one day at a time.
I know.
You only think about 24 hours. You don't worry about tomorrow.
Yeah,
All you worry about is today.
Just for today.
Just for today.
Yeah.
And then it makes it a little bit easier. Well, you can't relate to somebody who hasn't lived it.
Exactly. Yeah.
And so when you hear
that's
that
why-
just quit or why can't you just quit, it's like,
That's why I'm doing this
can't
thing too,
explain
you know, just share with everybody. Maybe people can relate and be motivated by it. But as I'm doing
Antoine,
the video,
you're going to do great things with this. You're going to do great things with this. A person where you're at, you have a lot of people that look up to you. And you have an opportunity to do monumental things with this, help so many people. And so while I know where you're at, and I can sit here and say that I thought it was the worst thing that ever happened to me. I thought it was the worst thing. It was the best thing that ever happened to me.
So I'm a bit scared because there's a part of me who wants, to be bad. There's one part that wants to be good. Was an old American Indian guy who was telling a story to his grandchild. He was saying like a story about the white wolf and the black wolf, and then the whole story is about like them like fighting and stuff. And then the kid in the end asked him, so which wolf wins? The one you feed the most.
That stuff, the bad stuff, it's like a quick and easy fix,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
But in the wise words of Yoda, consume you will.
Yeah.
Don't let it consume you.
Yeah.
You gotta fight it. You know the ending of both. You're going down a path,
Yeah.
right? You're going down a road now, and you're at a fork.
Yeah.
And you know the ending to both of them.
I know. It's
One
not,
is very
it's not even,
seductive.
yeah, it's not even about like knowing like which is the bad and which is the good. It's just my brain is programmed to act a certain way. Then I gotta fight it, and I gotta.
You're extreme.
Yeah.
You gotta use that extreme towards something positive.
Let's say if I go home, and I go pick up. If I play tape till the end, it always ends up bad. I will probably end up alone, sad, wondering why I did it, being angry at myself for the time I wasted, for the muscle mass I lost, the time that just went by away, and people I deceived, people I let you down, all the people I let down. In the end of my story, in the end of my tape, it will end well. So stay tuned for that.